Good afternoon. Today we are going to have the discussion on the private and public entrepreneurship. We have a presentation that we have in front of our screen. So public and private entrepreneurship, unit 3 of your syllabus. Now, what does it mean, the public and private entrepreneurship? It means that the development and the growth of entrepreneurship in any country, obviously here the reference is our country, India. So in any country, the entrepreneurship can be developed under the two coverages. First of all, one is the public guidance and the coverage, and second one is the private guidance and the coverage. In your syllabus, you can just have a look that multiple areas have been placed inside that particular topic, unit 3, which partially covers the funding options for the entrepreneurs as well. We shall talk about the funding options in a separate set of presentations. In this particular presentation or the video lecture, we will cover basically the different modes and methods of entrepreneurship development and the different ways to provide the incubation support to the entrepreneurs of our country. So let's proceed. Here we have the entrepreneurship development. Entrepreneurship development, basically it is a development program as it suggests, as the name suggests. You, being a prospective entrepreneur, may have a fabulous idea with you. The idea is truly fascinating, unique in nature, and it has got a huge potential to yield a successful business if you implement it successfully in future. But what are the vital steps that you have to follow to reach that success? Only idea, will you do alone? Or you need to have something else. For example, how to run a business. What are the different intricacies of a business? So all these areas must be known to an entrepreneur. How to write a project report. Take a very simple example. Whenever you are reaching a bank for loan, first they will ask for a project report. Now if a project report is not properly written, if the gaps are not properly identified, if the process operational modalities are not properly explained, and if the budget and the break-even and the payback periods all are not clearly explained, the bank basically they will see their interest, how they will get their investment back, how they are going to get their loan along with the interest or the finance cost back. If they see that you are able to pay that loan along with the interest, they will provide you the loan, otherwise not. So writing a project report is a vital thing. So this is one of the examples. Now, entrepreneurship development programs definitely will help an entrepreneur to learn all these areas. So you have a schematic diagram in front of you. You can see that what are the role and relevance of the entrepreneurship development programs in our country. Let's start from any point. Let's start from the top. It eliminates the poverty and unemployment, it understood. Balanced regional development, that's obviously on a macroeconomical view, these things are definitely very, very relevant. Prevents industrial slums, harnessing the locally available resources, is definitely diffuses social tension, capital formation, and economic independence. So these five, I would say, these are the macroeconomical considerations. These two are basically, the capital formation is also macroeconomical consideration, but the economic independence will be definitely another macroeconomic consideration. Along with that, it can be percolated down to the micro level as well, means it can be percolated down to the individual level. Means if you are an entrepreneur, definitely you can enjoy your economic independence. So these are the different benefits or the relevance of the roles for the entrepreneurship development program. For these reasons, there are multiple entrepreneurship development programs being run and executed in our country. In our country, basically, entrepreneurship development programs are primarily run by our government of India, under the Ministry of MSME, along with the different state chapters of the MSME. Now, other than MSME, there are multiple other organizations who are industriously providing the entrepreneurship or coordinating and carrying out the entrepreneurship development programs. You know the name of National Small Industries Corporation, or NSIC. They are really playing a big role, and there are other parallel organizations in our country as well who are actually focusing on the entrepreneurship development, and these are basically run by the government. There are higher education institutions as well who are actually providing this kind of supports. In addition to that, there are certain private organizations who are also playing a very, very key role in entrepreneurship development in our country. In your previous doubt clearing class, as I can recall, I was telling about NEN, National Entrepreneurship Network. Symphony is a corporate house and organization led by Mr. Ramesh Advani. So Wadhwani has got a foundation known as Wadhwani Foundation. It works for the entrepreneurship development in our country. It has got a large nationwide network working very nicely, and they are also involved in entrepreneurship development efforts, but this particular foundation is a private foundation. So the public and private, two kinds of initiatives are available in our this entrepreneurship development initiatives of the country as a whole. What are the objectives? To motivate a person for entrepreneurial career and to make him capable of perceiving and exploiting successfully opportunities for enterprises. So this is the primary objective of the entrepreneurship development programs. Now, although we have a significant private component of the entrepreneurship development in our country, for timing we will be focusing on the Government of India's role, and definitely we should talk about the private's role as well, maybe in the next set of lectures. So today we will be concentrating on the Government of India's role, which is very, very significant role. The Government of India, through the initiative, through its initiative, aims to empower startups to grow through innovation and design. So MSME, I was talking about, they play a pivotal role in conducting the EDPs in our country. Now, other than the conventional training program that are organized by MSME under the different the banners, there is another vital component that provides the development of the entrepreneurship in our country, and that is the concept of the startup incubation. In case of EDP, primarily the focus is on the learning and development. There will be the different training programs being arranged, workshops will be arranged, through which the entrepreneurs will learn about certain skill set, will develop certain skill set, and they will be ready to carry on with their entrepreneurial ventures. But in case of the incubation, there is one added advantage. Now, the vital question that is often raised after an EDP is conducted, that for an entrepreneur, that where to get the fund. Okay, today actually I was participating in a web-based seminar organized by Ministry of HRD, MHRD's Innovation Cell, MIC, and Ms. Shraddha Sharma, the founder and CEO of mystory.com. She was actually participating in the webinar or this web-based seminar, and she was saying that when I started my venture, I had a serious trouble in finding the actual funding options. I had to reach to multiple investors. All my applications were readily turned down and my idea was rejected. People were saying that no, it doesn't have any merit, so you cannot get the fund. So this is a very practical problem. Even if you are knowing the different areas of your business, even if you are very well articulated with the process of the business that you're going to do in future, but it's truly hard to satisfy the investors. Incubation centers or the startup incubation concept of the model will definitely help you in overcoming this particular problem. What do they do? You can see in front of us that there are multiple uh, premier organization, the educational institution, not organization, educational institutions, IIT Mumbai, IIT Delhi, Ahmedabad, and IIM Bangalore. IITs and IIMs both are working in combinations and tandem, that they are basically trying to provide the incubatory support to the entrepreneur. What does the incubatory support means? It means that they will provide you the place, they will provide you the necessary funding support, they will provide you the know-how as well, they will provide you all the developmental supports so that you can conduct a business from their end. And most importantly, there will be the mentorship. You will be thoroughly guided by the resource person who are actually in control of or in charge of this incubation centers to run. So all these supports will be provided to a budding entrepreneur. Now, facilities of a startup incubation center. There will be the prototyping facility. Prototyping facility, I believe you all know, especially for a technical project, uh, that must be when actually you are providing a project or the final approval of the loan or the fund or the investment, you have to send a miniature of either the machine or the model that you are going to develop. This is known as the prototype, and the prototypes are normally developed in the labs, but they should be calibrated to the real-time scenario, and they should work in such a way that it will basically reflect that how the main object is going to function in future. So normally the labs, especially in this particular high-end education institutions in our country, like IITs and IITs especially, they have all necessary facilities in their labs. So this type of incubation centers are having that kind of modern and updated labs. They're having the essential supports from the IIT faculties, so they can develop the prototypes. Skill development can be done definitely, which is basically an allied part of this entrepreneurship development. Leased workplace, as I was telling you, that the workspace will be provided to you. That will be leased. You have to take it in lease. The capital will be provided, which is basically known as the corpus or the seed capital. It varies. And the mentorship, which is very, very important. The time that you are going to spend in that incubation center before you grow enough, or you are actually grown up enough for the market competition, and you are released from the incubation center to fly high in the market. Before, till that point of time, you will receive all these supports. So this is the beauty of the incubation center. This will be a continuous series of lectures, this being the first part of it. I will stop here, and the next series of lectures will be on these areas, including the funding options. Till that point of time, thank you very much. Stay indoor and stay safe.